To close. Okay. So I'm going to come around. I'm just going to kind of work my way around the tables. I'm bringing the microphone with me as well as the swivel. So we'll move over here. Come on, swivel. Here I am. Come find me. All right, maybe we'll go to this table first. You guys are going to be the first table. There we go. Come on.
Just looking at this guy?
Yeah, you don't need you just need to talk. It's supposed to follow the mic.
Okay. We were discussing that if we look at quadrants A, B, and C, and D, that in the classroom we need A and B, but the essential questioning, where we want kids to report out what they're learning, falls under C and D quadrants, and so that essential question, just kind of up there on the board, is our light at the end of the tunnel, kind of thing.
Wow.
So
Great. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. All right, who's our spokesperson here? They're pointing at you.
Okay, we were just talking. I need this.
I'll be pointing at you while you're doing that. So
Okay.
we're set.
The conversation that we had this morning is that essential questioning is just one more piece that we could lay on top of, this different approach that the district and several other districts are taking towards Common Core, towards Quadrant D, in that, this getting away from a mile wide and an inch deep and taking less but taking it deeper. And this is just one more piece to teach our kids to be problem solvers and perseverance, that is needed to get to that Quadrant D. And changing our approach as fixed mindset adults.
Great. Absolutely. And I bet Mike back here is loving the Quadrant D connections that are being made. So, you're getting the point.
I am. Quadrant D. No, I can't Mike. We were all about Quadrant D back here, but since it's been mentioned, yeah. We actually were kind of talked about the things that make students college and career ready. That's kind of where we focused, and we felt like when you look at essential questions and the benefits of them and what they can do in the classroom, that you can kind of go down that list and see how they bring about independent thinkers and kids who value evidence and who are open to other cultures and opinions and perspectives, et cetera, et cetera. So it really gets to the core of what makes them college and career ready.
Great. Thank you. All right.
We were reading through the things that, they want the students to be at before they leave school. And we were talking about the essential question and how well it fits. And maybe it's a part that's just kind of missing that can help us get there. Because we're talking about how do we get students to that point of not giving up when they get a problem. Where, you have those conversations where there's not a right or wrong answer. It will get them to that point of being comfortable not knowing the answer and being willing to take a risk and being willing to make a mistake. And we talked about using their mistakes as a teaching example. I'm so glad you made that mistake. Somebody else probably made that too. Let's figure out how to, get to the right answer.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you'll see as you get into this with Jen that, as I've shared, just developing the essential question is such a process. And so it absolutely covers that piece, as you're saying, and that where you may think, well, geez, why hasn't this been here all along? Well, you'll find out that there's more to it than just writing a question. There's a lot of thinking and action that goes into it. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Here? All right, great.
Well, we had a lot of conversations going on, but we basically said we think with the common language, that's offered by the Common Core here, it should help. We were talking about the MEP scores, how we noticed we struggled with informational text. Maybe a lot more time's been spent on narrative in the past, and how now maybe with that the scores we should see go up and improve. Also, we talked too about the kids wanting answers right away. I've heard this at other tables too brought up, and how we really just have to teach them to take time and really think through things.
Right. So. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so the one thing that I'll say, I'm not going to hold that while I'm talking. The one thing that I'll say to kind of wrap that up, again, thank you. I appreciate what was just shared across all the different tables. Some great connections that, I'll be honest, were some things that I hadn't even made in my own brain. So thank you for helping build upon that. One other thing that I forgot to clarify, and you mentioned about the informational text around the data, and I did not clarify this. In the data, the one thing that just watch out for is the number of questions, right? So make sure you look at that. But then also I wanted to clarify that strand proficiency number, or sorry, what is it? How does it read? Strand percent correct. I'm not sure, and I did ask for clarification, but I didn't get the response yet. I'm not sure if that's a reflection of proficiency or just raw correct, okay? So, and the reason that's important is because of that whole cut score thing, right? So is that a raw percentage, or is that the kids that were proficient, which means it would have been based on whatever the cut score was? And I don't have that answer for you, and I'm sorry, but I just wanted 2 points of clarification around the data. Just watch for those question number and that percentage, that percent. Okay? Well, thanks for a great morning, and I think we have set the table, and Jen's going to take you from here and dive into that next piece of writing and moving forward.